Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, the House of Representatives on Friday evening passed a $3 trillion coronavirus relief bill, the most expensive legislation approved by that body in history, that Democrats hailed response needed to deal with the pandemic and its economic fallout. Now, the record-breaking bill narrowly passed by a 208 to 199 vote. Now, 14 Democrats defied their party and voted no, while one Republican, and that's Republican Pete King of New York, broke with the GOP and voted yes. Only one Republican voted yes. Now, I'm thrilled. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said after the bill's passage, "I'm so proud of my members. They just did something so monumental for the American people, for their health, for their lives, for their livelihood, and for our democracy." We couldn't be more thrilled. Now, unlike the first four corona bills, which were passed with overwhelming bipartisan support, this 1,815-page package was drafted by the Democrats alone and earned a veto threat from the White House and condemnation from the GOP as a liberal wish list that's dead on arrival in the Senate. Now, even Pelosi couldn't get all her members on board. The most liberal members of the party panned the legislation as not going to be big enough, while moderate members in swing districts said they couldn't support a bill that was too partisan and costly. Partisan and costly, yeah. Now, at a time when our country is in real trouble, we should not be spending precious time on one-sided solutions that aren't going anywhere, said Representative Joe Cunningham. Now, the 14 Democrats voting no were Cunningham and Representative Cindy Axne of Iowa, Sharice Davis of Kansas, Abby Finkenauer of Iowa, Jared Golden of Maine, Kendra Horn of Oklahoma, Pramila Jayapal of Washington, Connor Lamb of Pennsylvania, Elaine Lurie of Virginia, Ben McAdams of Utah, Kurt Schrader of Oregon, Abigail Spanberger of Virginia, and Torres Small of New Mexico, and Susan Weil of Pennsylvania. But most Democrats, some making emotional pleas on the House floor, said Americans need this lifeline now. They spoke of the more than 85,000 deaths from COVID-19, winding lines at food banks in their district, more than 36 million filing for unemployment, and families struggling to make rent as evidence of the need for a historic response. Now, many said this bill is dead on arrival. Representative John Garamendi of Democrat of California told members on the House floor, "If we do not move this bill, the deaths will be in our districts." Now, dubbed the HEROES Act, the legislation includes $915 billion in state and local aid that could prevent layoffs of public workers like first responders and teachers. A new $200 billion HEROES Fund for hazard pay for essential workers, $100 billion for K-12 and higher education, and $75 billion for coronavirus testing. Now, the legislation aims to get more money into the pockets of Americans hard hit by widespread business closures. Eligible individuals will receive $1,200 checks for each person in their household, up to $6,000. Now, the bill extends add-on unemployment benefits of $600 in addition to state benefits through January 2021, creates a special enrollment period for the Affordable Care Act, exchanges for the uninsured and provides $175 billion for families to pay their mortgage and rent. The legislation includes student loan forgiveness, an employee retention tax credit, and increases maximum SNAP benefits by 15%. But tucked into legislations are provisions that rankled the Republicans, including expanding $1,200 checks to certain undocumented immigrants, restoring the full state and local tax deduction that helps individuals in high tax blue states, a $25 billion rescue for the U.S. Postal Service, allowing legal marijuana businesses to access banking services and early voting and vote by mail provisions. So much of what's in this bill simply has nothing at all to do with current crisis, said Representative Tom Cole, Republican of Oklahoma. It's more like a liberal Christmas wish list. It would make more sense to just send it straight to Santa Claus than to send it to the United States Senate. It would have a better chance of becoming law that way. All right. Well, acknowledging this bill won't get passed in the GOP-led Senate, Democrats framed the HEROES Act as their opening offer for negotiation. Now, Democrat leadership and bipartisan legislation wasn't an option because Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell wanted to put the brakes on any new relief bill and suggested that states be given the option of declaring bankruptcy. Now, Pelosi hit back on critics who said now is the time to take a pause on more spending and that the bill is loaded with liberal goodies. This is not a Christmas tree. There's nothing joyful about this, Pelosi said. This is a very strategically planned piece of legislation. Wow. That lets you know Republicans which are people on the high end of the totem pole who are more fortunate than others feel about the Americans, saying it's like a Christmas, and we've been hit with jobs closing, schools closing, can't feed the family, and they think that giving the Americans more money is like Christmas. Come on now, guys. We vote in November. Remember this. With Republicans, they're thinking of themselves high, a tax break for the rich, and nothing for the poor. And for the life of me, I don't understand why people who are, I'm not going to say poor, well, I'm going to say poor, because some of them are, especially in the southern states. Poor don't have a pot to piss in and now want to throw it out and run and vote for Republicans. Republicans are always for the rich. They don't care about you. This is my opinion, let me say. This is my opinion. And it might not be your opinion, but that's how I feel. That is crazy for low-income people to vote Republicans when right here it tells you the Republicans, they don't care anything about you. They didn't even want to give the first stimulus check. They don't want to give a second. Republicans said they did not want to give another stimulus check. Well, there you have it. I'm going to leave the rest to you. All right, guys. Now we've got to wait and see if it passes in the Senate, which, hey, we'll see. And I will be reporting it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And as always, in parting, be blessed, y'all.